All right, we're here with Tom Delia from Keller Home Loans. So, Tom, talk to us about the Keller Home Loans specialty product around bridge loans.
Technically, most times bridge loan, the thing that you're trying to accomplish is that you're trying to take the equity out of your home in order to then put as a down payment for your next home without having to sell it first. The product that we have with one of our approved wholesalers is similar, but the nice thing is we don't count the debt that you're going to take on from that previous residence to the DTI that you're going to have onto your new residence. So what does that mean? Our wholesaler lender has approved is that you'll be able to, if you need the reserves from your home, the equity in your home, you can withdraw that as long as the loan to value of the home still remains 70%. Okay? Meaning you can take up to 30% out of your home if, say, you do have, that 70% loan to value still left in the home. What's going to happen is when they go to finance your new home, they're not going to count that additional debt that you have from taking that loan out of your home towards your new debt to income ratio that you're going to have on the loan for your new home. So it's called a trailing primary residence loan. And so essentially what's going to happen is you're going to have that equity pulled out, and when you sell that home, then you're going to be able to satisfy the debt that you have taken on at the proceeds from your closing. Now, one caveat that they do have is that you do have to have it listed before you close on your new purchase. So only listed though, doesn't have to be sold, and there's no timetable on how long it has to be listed for after you close on the new home, just that you have to have it listed.
So if I'm hearing you right, you don't have to be contingent on the new purchase, which in a very competitive market, being contingent really kind of puts you at the bottom of the stack.
That's right.
In terms of offers, if you're in a multiple offer situation. So at the end of the day, the consumer needs to know that they can make offers not being contingent. All they have to be is on the market by the day they close. So assuming that it takes 30 days to close, that gives them 30 days in the process. They get something accepted. Okay, let's go ahead and get on the market. If they're pricing it right, at this point they're probably going to go pending within a short amount of time.
That's absolutely
right. So are they paying two payments, or they're just paying one payment, or what's that look like in terms of their cost on that?
So that's a great question, Joe. Just because they're excluding the debt out of the payment doesn't mean they don't have debt still. So they do still have to be committed to the two payments that they will now have. Now, as we all know, when you're purchasing a new home, your first payment's not due for probably 2 months after you close, right? Because your first mortgage payment is usually rolled into your
closing on your other house by that time.
That's exactly right. So that's the worst case scenario. Yeah. And like you said, in this market, most likely you're probably going to be pending before too long. So.
Yeah, and one way to think about it is if you were contingent, you would have never got that house, or very unlikely. If you did get that house, you're typically having to either pay more or something terms-wise where you're coming out of pocket more.
That's right.
Right? Which is probably going to be way more than what that payment would have been anyways.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, it sounds like a no-brainer product that should really help our consumers. So if you're worried about having to sell your home before buying a home, this product eliminates that. And I would really reach out today. If that's something, we can sit down, and maybe that product makes sense for you, maybe it doesn't. Either way, let's sit down and have a consultation and talk about what your situation is, and then we can properly prescribe what the next steps are for you. So go ahead and reach out today. Appreciate it. Thanks, Tom.
Thanks a lot. Yep.